Police break down the timeline of a deadly shooting in Harris Teeter parking lot. Before we get into that, my name's Stephen with Armed Culture, bringing you news related to the Second Amendment from a self-defense perspective. Let's dive into this story. Corzett, Virginia. Monday shooting at the Harris Teeter in Corzett could have ended a lot differently, the Alameda County Police Department said. There's no doubt that the casualty count could have been much higher, said the chief of the Alameda County Police Council, Sheen Reeves. Reeves confirmed this morning that an off-duty federal agent confronted and handled Justin Barbour of Corzett after Barbour opened fire with an AR-15 in the parking lot of Harris Teeter at the intersection of Rockfish Gap and Turnpike in Redford Lane. Wow, so that's crazy. So an off-duty federal agent was grocery shopping, so he was not at work, but he still stepped up to brave what was a crazed man with an AR-15. We'll get into a little bit more of what this man did here, but I mean, my hat goes off to this guy. I mean, he technically wasn't at work, but he still decided to step up and take action. It doesn't necessarily what he is an off-duty, what federal agency or what his job is as a federal agent, but he was definitely off-duty, and he decided to answer duty's call and take action against a man with an AR-15 that was turning on residents of this town that were also grocery shopping. Police provided a timeline from when Barbour first opened fire to the moments before the agent engaged Barbour with his personal weapon. At approximately 1:35 p.m., Barbour opened fire, striking and ending 43-year-old Peter Martin of Corzett. He then approached 68-year-old Diane Spangler of Afton in her car and shot her. She was transported to UVA where she succumbed to her injuries. The police say within seconds of Barbour beginning to shoot, an off-duty federal agent stepped in. Just 20 seconds from the shooting, he had elapsed, which is, first off, it goes to show how fast some of these situations can happen. In just 20 seconds, Barbour had actually taken the unfortunately taken the life away from two what seemed to be unsuspecting victims. Before an off-duty federal agent who heard the gunfire was exiting the Harris Teeter, engaged the shooter with his personal weapon. The shooter was pronounced no longer here at the scene. The federal agent was uninjured in the shooting, Captain Daryl Byers said. The identity of the agent is being withheld due to the investigation. Reeve praises the actions of the federal agent. The historic individual selflessly placed himself in harm's way to stop the gunman and prevent further loss of life, Reeve said. I couldn't agree more. I mean, for all we know, this federal agent could be something as simple as a button pusher behind a desk. We don't know necessarily what he's tasked with, but not to disparage who he is, but he was not at work. He was not fulfilling any sort of duty to the community at the moment that he's obliged to do, but he still stepped up and instead of just running away, took action to end what could have been a much more horrific situation. But Reeves says the investigation is still in its early stages, and a lot of big questions remain, including the motive. As I said, I mean, just looking at this, it seems pretty much like a crazy individual because he seems to be shooting at anybody. And they also don't know what a motive might be at this moment. Why did the shooter choose Harris Teeter? Why did the shooter take 2 lives of innocent people? In the coming days and weeks of our investigation, we work tirelessly to answer these questions, Reeves said. In the meantime, We ask for any individuals who were in the area and have not yet spoken to the investigators to contact ACPD. They say even the smallest detail might help the investigation. So, of course, the investigation as to why this man was attacking others is still going on, but it still goes to show that at any moment something crazy can happen, and the right prepared individual in that area can take action to prevent further harm happening to those around them. Whether or not it was required of him to step in, he still felt his duty to protect those around him, or heck, even just himself, because as he's leaving, he could have gotten injured from Babur, who was taking shots at seemingly random people. I think this man did a fantastic job, a fantastic commitment to his community. Let me know what your thoughts are. Get in those comments. Let me know, do you think this could have ended differently, or do you think that the federal agent did the right thing? Yeah, let me know what your thoughts are on this. If you liked this video and found value in it, if you could hit that like button, it would help me out a bunch. If you want to hear more news related to the Second Amendment from a self-defense perspective, subscribe to Armed Culture. My name's Steven with Armed Culture, and I'll be bringing you more news soon.